Now, here's the problem with trying to copycat what the Buccaneers have done. Because I think, let me just look in my notes here. Chris, can you look it up on the internet as well?
Sure.
I think there's only one Tom Brady, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that mold got broken.
Yeah.
Smashed.
That's the problem. I got to get us one of those. Oh, that's all you got to get, huh? That's all you need is Tom Brady. Well, he was available last year. Not so this year. But is it possible in this crazy quarterback carousel world that there could possibly be a quarterback on the market, either available or you've got to pick up the phone and see what could be done to offer the old Godfather package, the offer that cannot be refused, and see if that quarterback can be acquired? Because we did just see a team go from being a treading water in the NFL team in the NFC South to Super Bowl champions. Just like that. I was there in week 16 calling the Buccaneers 2019 week 16 contest on a Saturday on NFL Network, mixing up Winston and Watson. But I was there. The place was, and this is being generous. The glass was a quarter full. And there were more cardboard cutouts in Raymond James Stadium on Sunday than there were humans on that day on a Saturday.
That's funny.
That's a fact. I was there. It wasn't looking too good. Cut to a year and a few weeks later, and they're Super Bowl champs. So I've got 5 teams in the NFL. I've identified 5 teams in the NFL that I believe is the right quarterback way away from making a dream run. Can you win the Super Bowl?
I like it.
Possibly. Based on the roster that you have and maybe the free agents you can add in addition to this quarterback. Don't forget, Godwin and Evans were the first Pro Bowl wide receiver teammates to make the same Pro Bowl in the same year since Anquan Boldin and Larry Fitzgerald did back in 2009 for the Cardinals. First set of teammates. So those guys were already there, but they did add Antonio Brown and Leonard Fournette and Rob Gronkowski. And sure enough, all 3 of those gents scored touchdowns in Super Bowl 55. So it's not just who you already have here, but who you can also add in addition to the quarterback. Mike, I think I need some NFL Films music just to get things started here on this show in a certain way.
Let's go.
Here are the 5 teams I've identified. First, a couple of them are obvious because we're going to be talking about them, and they're in the market for Wentz. Okay, so actually, let's start with number 1, Don, if you don't mind. I'll start for number 1. It's just in terms of one by one here. The Colts are number 1 as far as I'm concerned. They're just the first one off the top of my head. The Colts, to me, are a team that is a quarterback away potentially to winning it all. And you know they're in the market for Wentz, right? They're in the market for Carson Wentz, and maybe that's the guy. But you do look at a defense. You do look at the rest of the weaponry. You do look at the running backs, and maybe they can add one other player if you need it, and they could be a quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl. That's it. I think it's obvious they tried it with Phillip Rivers. Didn't work out with Phil. But I think that they are the right quarterback away. And then the other team that's in the market for Carson Wentz is the Chicago Bears. All you need to basically get this team to the Super Bowl with this defense and the way that the defense is playing, give them what, 3 touchdowns? Give them 21 points on average, 24, kick a field goal.
Field goal, yeah.
Warren Sapp told me that he would tell back in 2002, he'd tell Brad Johnson, he'd tell all the rest of his quarterbacks as they were getting to that Super Bowl, the other Buccaneers team, first Buccaneers team to win a Super Bowl, give me 17 points. That's all I need. Bears, if they could put that much on the field, and could you imagine if Brady was in Chicago this year? Let's just put it this way. Allen Robinson wouldn't have unfollowed the Bears on social media once, let alone the 4 times that he apparently did it this year. All right? So the right quarterback in the right spot. Is Wentz the right quarterback? I don't know. But I'm just saying the right quarterback in this spot with this team, they could go on a dream run and win the Super Bowl. And here's another team that's definitely in the market for a quarterback, and I think is one right quarterback away from making a run, a dream run, if not, yes, winning it all. That the right quarterback can make the difference for the Washington football team.
Oh.
Ron Rivera has got this team in the right direction. You've got that defensive line. They've already got that defensive line sort of in the San Francisco 49ers mold, right, from 2 years ago. 4 sets of hand in the dirt. That's what we saw over the weekend with the Buccaneers going at Mahomes. They've got some weapons of note. Obviously, this kid Gibson seems to be a really good running back. McKissick coming out of the backfield. McLaurin, other wide receivers. Maybe you add another piece. Logan Thomas became a pretty good tight end to score touchdowns. The defense is terrific. Put the right quarterback there. They can go on a run. That's a serious possibility for this football team. So I think those are 3 teams with the right quarterback are going to go on a nice run. And now I'm going to give you 2 that are sort of off the board in a way. All right? Off the board. How about the Denver Broncos with the right quarterback?
Oh, okay.
How about Von Miller coming back and Chubb and the defense? If you give this team consistent 21, 24 points, the young wide receivers, the running back group, if they stay healthy with the right offensive line that can stop holding for a change, put a quarterback back there that doesn't make mistakes and consistently puts 24, 27, 28 points on the board. And clearly, the Broncos have done it before. The number of emails that I receive or tweets and the answers or responses that I saw on our YouTube page when I called Tom Brady the best free agent signing in the history of the NFL, when I called him that yesterday, and I got a bunch of Broncos fans saying, well, Peyton won an MVP with the Denver Broncos. He did go to 2 Super Bowls with the Denver Broncos. Lost his first, won his second.
Did he really win the second?
Well, he did. So, long story short, I hear you, but this reason why I bring it up now is my point is the Broncos have done it before. Get everybody in the right spot on your roster. Continue to supplement it with the draft. Get the right quarterback, and off you go. Problem for them is Mahomes is going to be in division for a long time. And here's the last one. I'm going to throw him out here, and it's with a question mark.
Okay.
It's with a question mark because the number of times that you're hearing that they've kicked the tires on somebody else, I've kind of lost track. It's the 49ers. It's the 49ers. And I know Kittle had fun with me last week when I said to him, you've been asked questions all week long about X, Y, and Z. How about Jimmy Garoppolo? How many times have you answered that question? He's like, Jimmy's our guy. Okay.
Until he's not.
Okay. Jimmy did get him to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And Jimmy did have him in the lead in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. 7 minutes to go, they had the lead. If they had Brady this year, they still would have had a ton of injuries. Yep. I understand they would have probably we're just assuming they suffer the same amount of injuries. I'm just saying if Garoppolo isn't the right guy and they could acquire somebody that they do believe is the right guy, this team could win the Super Bowl next year without a doubt. They could be the one to absolutely go get Brady more than anybody else that could go hunt Brady down. That's the one way you beat Brady. You don't have to scheme your way to him. 4 guys up front, go hunt him. That's the way the Giants got him twice. The Eagles, as we all know, did their thing. Those are my 5 teams that I think can be the copycat here.
I like it.
And then there's the whole question is who's going to be available.
Yeah, who's the Brady in this
Because
situation?
the Rams have already done what they thought they needed to do to go get the right quarterback and be the difference. Goff out, Stafford in. They've already done the copycat before the rest of the league did. They front-loaded the copycat. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.